Let's take a look at the East standings here. The Celtics are still the top seed. They hold a 4.5-game lead over the red-hot Cavaliers, who, remember, have won 17 of their last 18. Take a look, though. The Heat, they remain dangerous, the 8th seed, after going from the play-in to the finals last year. I know you have a comment on.
I was damn near hyperventilating because I said that Woj should stay home because when he's home, he delivers good information. When he's on the set, it's bad information. Well, damn it, come back in the studio because he just gave me bad information. Kyle Lowry, being in Philadelphia, you know what it did, Wilbon? Reminded me. I covered Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry was in high school, and then after that, he went to college in Villanova, obviously, and then went to the pros. Great guy, love him to death, and I'm sitting there like this. Damn, that was a long time ago.
No, you feeling old? You feeling old?
Be careful, you're playing into Malika's theme here.
Me feeling old.
You feeling old?
Well, then I guess we need to get Woj back in studio. We always love when we have him.
Come back to studio, Woj.
Stephen A., I thought we keep you
We
young.
had a full house in studio. We had a full house in studio this past week. We had Brian Windhorst in the building as well. Woj was here. I'm sorry he left, and now is giving you bad news, Stephen A. But Brian, he brought up an interesting point on NBA Today. You remember this, Chiney, when he was talking about the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference as potentially the most important positioning in either of the conferences. Because when you look at, close your ears, Stephen A., but the Knicks having a couple of injuries right now, the Cavaliers being on this streak, the Celtics still at the top, the Bucks playing a little bit of wobbly basketball, and the Philadelphia 76ers in free fall. Who do you think is the biggest challenger to the Celtics, particularly if they're able to hold on to the 2 seed?
Malika, I still think it's the Knicks because the kind of injuries they have, and we talked about this.
Yeah.
These guys should, and hopefully are, all back and ready to roll in late March at the latest, maybe before that. And that means they will have had some rest, which is not a word you hear often with Tom Thibodeau coach teams, is rest in the regular season, because that's not a priority. But if you don't have serious leg injuries, but yet you can keep fresh legs and get in there by again, late March and get on a roll, I think the Knicks in the playoffs will be the biggest challenger. But Cleveland, Cleveland's going to be below the radar. When is the last time Cleveland was any good without LeBron James? And we got to go way, way back. We went back to the 90s. We went back to Brad Daugherty and Mark Price. No, I mean,
yes,
a threat
make it
to be.
The conference.
So, Malika, is Cleveland, and by the way, Cleveland wants the Knicks, Stephen A.
Whatever.
They
Whatever.
do. Just like you want Miami.
Go first. I got something to say.
Just like you want Miami again, you want another crack at Miami, right? Don't you?
I'll explain.
I'm right there with
Cleveland wants
Wilbon.
another crack at the Knicks after last year's playoff series.
If it goes based off of just the team, and I hate to do the young thing, but say the team vibe check, right? It's the Knicks. They've got everything that it takes to make it based off of the current landscape of the Sixers and the Bucks sliding. Now, the Cavs have the real shot. If you look at the standings, they're creating a little bit of a buffer. If they keep going at this rate, they will own the second position. Without Garland for some time, Donovan Mitchell has held down the fort. It was between Garland and Brunson for me as all-star starters. I went with Brunson, it was Mitchell and Brunson, and I went with Brunson, even though Mitchell had a great case. This is a team that plays defense, that has found their offense. It took a while for them to sort of sort through the hierarchy. Don't sleep on the Cavs. I like the Knicks, but I wouldn't be surprised if either of those two were the ones that were contending versus Celtics.
I'm not sleeping on the Cavaliers. I'm snoring. Okay? Let me tell y'all something right now. Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies. It's coming down to Boston and the New York Knicks in the conference finals. Milwaukee's going down. Cleveland's going down. Miami is going down. I'm not worried anymore. I'm not worried. All of it, because, see, here's the thing. I would be more worried if the New York Knicks had everybody healthy and was in the lineup. I would be more worried. You know why?
Okay, because I know where you're going.
I know the trepidation you have on your face, Malika. Stay with me, because I'm bringing it down.
I know where you're going.
Tom Thibodeau cannot be trusted to manage bodies and have them fresh and ready for the playoffs. When they first acquired OG Anunoby, I was depressed about it. I knew it made them better, but I said Tom Thibodeau is going to fall in love with this guy, and he's going to run him into the ground. And that was that. So when he got hurt, I was happy. When Mitchell Robinson, I said, is he going to be back this year? Oh, I'm happy. Julius Randle, I was concerned about the separation, but I'm like, yo, Brunson, oh, yeah. I'm like, you went out and get Burks? You went out and get Bojan Bogdanovic? I'm looking at the New York Knicks. I expect fresh legs. Yep. I expect them ready. You're going to take Cleveland out again because we need Donovan Mitchell to come to New York. So when he gets smoked in Cleveland again, he's going to be like, let me get out of here and let me get to New York. And not only that, Miami has been too up and down this year. Milwaukee defensively, I'm not sold. New York Knicks will meet the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference
Stephen
Finals.
A is about jumping out of
I'm telling you right now.
This is why the 2 seed is so important.
Yes.
Because if you fall to 3, potentially we have to go through Philly and Milwaukee.
I didn't say it was important to me.
You know
Listen,
It should be. It ought to be. They can go to the conference finals from the position.
Did the New York Knicks not roll into Cleveland last year and smoke them twice on the road in the playoffs?
I'm just saying, having to
think
go
they're-
through,
you
they
think
would have to
Cleveland's
go
better?
through Philly,
No.
Milwaukee, and
No, not better
Boston.
than